What's up, guys? It's KeepCalmFlutterOn here with everything wrong with Equestria Girls. I don't know why Equestria Girls is so early, cause I'm running it through from the playlist up. I'm not running it through episode. I'm just running it through whatever the bottom of the playlist to the top. And apparently Equestria Girls has popped up. I'm not really sure why it'd be so early, but it doesn't matter. This is the only episode of everything wrong with MP I'm going to be doing because I don't want to mess up the flow. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Or maybe I can do. Actually, no, I changed my mind, guys. I'll do one of this, and then I will do a everything wrong with music to my ears to go along with that. So it's not so short. So anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's start this episode. 3, 2, 1, now.
Pinkiest Prime.
Haven't really gotten accustomed to these yet, either.
You and me both, Twilight. This pony doesn't stand out at all. He can't possibly be a significant character. This scene is severely lacking a certain hoof shake. The main 6 are shunted off to bed like little toddlers. Hasbro Studios. This P&D doesn't make use of any green screen ponies. Isn't the Equestria Girls logo lovely tonight? The portal just happens to be open on the same day that Twilight visits the Crystal Empire.
I get it.
Twilight's crown just happens to look like the prize crown from an alternate dimension. Don't forget to stand there for a little bit and give the person you've just stolen from a chance to spot you. Every pony just casually went back to bed and waited until morning. Pretty much the only interesting bits of this entire story are told via boring exposition. Even DHX knew that the words human world are taboo in Equestria. Twilight's reflection opens its eyes before even she does. The fact that Celestia said the rest of the main 6 couldn't enter means she knew that their human counterpart lives on the other side and that Twilight's counterpart doesn't attend this school. I wonder what else she knows that she's not letting on to. People laughed at the rumor of Spike becoming a dog. The fact that it's actually real says a lot about this movie. Those aren't hooves.
Let me see your war face!
At least the magical, all-knowing portal was polite enough to give Twilight some clothing. You know,
I mean,
Spike hasn't really changed that much at all, actually. Spike's collar is spiky. High school. The building had only 5 windows on this wall just moments ago. This scene is a perfect example of the faulty toy design. Doors open in, which is actually against building codes for a very good reason. Everyone seems to have icons representing cutie marks. I'm willing to bet that they also have tattoos somewhere on their body. Brad. Math is so funny. Alright, so pretty much every pony from Equestria has a human counterpart in this world. As if that wasn't enough of a ridiculous coincidence, they all just happen to attend the same high school?
I can speak
Only
to
one high
anyone
school.
any way I want.
That statement really holds absolutely no weight. She's just a generic antagonist for the sake of being a generic antagonist. Writers, I am disappointed. Let me show you the greeting of my people. Spike has always been the butt of jokes, but this movie brings about an all-time low for him. Leave it to Fluttershy to hand out flyers from this far away. Stop laughing. She later died from a concussion.
Oh
I
no.
decided to give it to Principal Celestia.
That was
Only
me too.
imagine the smell coming from that backpack. Twilight's rightful throne. Celestia was actually secretly prying into Luna's office.
Looks like if I get my crown back, I'll have to become Princess of the Canterlot High Fall Formal.
Or, you could just steal the crown. That would actually make for an immensely more interesting movie.
It
I don't
would.
care if vegetarian burgers and hot dogs exist. This is still a funny sight. What would the eco kids say about using that many napkins? Just... No, I can't do this.
Don't let the whole shy thing fool you. She can be a real
Oh shit.
My twin sister lives in the city, has a pet dog named Spike that looks just like that one.
Spin-off incoming.
Maybe?
Sunset never touches the second balloon. It just committed suicide when it realized what movie it was in. Exposition via cheap monologue. Sweetie Butt is canon. This movie mocks its own antagonist by giving a cameo to a better one. Twilight didn't see snips or snails behind his giant glass doors.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's so punny it hurts. Recycle bin and Internet Explorer. Just like your mom's netbook.
No. Just... No!
My reaction to this movie.
Really awful. I just can't help but get the feeling that...
Yet another major drive of the story based on a hunch. Don't you just hate waking up with cold feet only to find out your blanket is the wrong way? The parallax shift of the moon and stars suggests that they can't be up very high. As if Spike and Rarity shipping wasn't weird enough. This video page will only be relevant for a few months before YouTube changes again. Rarity beatboxes.
Oh,
The idea here is that Twilight brings them together as friends, but she really didn't do anything. They just sorted it out amongst themselves. This is not
true.
Default iMovie music. Pointless ex-boyfriend subplot that goes absolutely nowhere. I think Hasbro just gave DHX a description of what the toys had to look like, and they just had to roll with it.
But deep down, we're all Canterlot Wonder Colts.
Deep down inside, they are all actually cults. This song is just too catchy for me to hate. Yes, that's a sin now. Conspiracy theory time.
Of course.
Twilight appears to have been rotoscoped so as to make a change to the background. Speculate away. Sing a pointless song, win everyone's votes.
Exactly.
This subplot about Twilight being framed could have actually been really neat if it didn't appear and then suddenly resolve itself within seconds. Snips and Snails would have to have the exact same shape and build as Twilight for this to work at all. What opened this window? Did that happen all on its own just to change the lighting and mood of the scene? Fluttershy is about to remove a boot, but then she remembers that they're permanently affixed to her. At this point of the movie, I was content to just tell myself this abomination had nothing to do with the ponies I know and love. Then this happened. Don't look at me. My feet are just stubs to allow for interchangeable footwear.
Oh God.
I know Pinkie Pie is random and crazy, but this just feels like bad writing. They appear to comprehend the situation all too well considering how fast Pinkie spoke and how absurd it must have sounded. How to trap a fool. Place a do not enter sign on the inside of a closet.
I need this promo to go on tonight just as much as she does.
No you don't. Your master plan has little to do with the dance. In fact, you could have done what you plan to do at any time now. All you need is the crown, which you could have easily gotten your hands on. We've already seen you steal it once after all. Brad leaps over 6 steps at once. Chicken dance. Usually we attribute things like this to the writer simply not having enough time to properly fit everything into a 20-minute slot. This movie had over an hour to tell a story and still resorts to poor means of transition and story development. The sledgehammer would just pass through the portal like anything else, right?
Probably.
Find a way to survive without my element of harmony.
Actually, no, it's pretty much screwed. Spike acts like he can't even open the door, even though he did earlier in the movie without any problem. And then all of the kids in the theater started screaming while their parents dragged them outside to get their money back. Wilhelm attends high school. The Eco Kids seem unaffected to me.
Okay, this is just getting weird.
And to think I was actually hoping for a unique villain defeat. I guess Rainbow Dash is a natural-born flyer, even as a human. Congratulations! You've witnessed the all-new record for a villain-to-friend conversion. It took Luna 1,000 years, Discord more than a season, but Sunset Shimmer mere seconds. That's right, kids. You can jump off buildings and sprout wings so long as you do it together as friends. Let's play a game of spot the main character in the background. She's got freaking wings and her dancing is what draws the most attention. Wait until the very last second to return home, why don't you?
Yep.
What are hands? On the other hand, handful. Hands.
Lens flare. In Equestria, the
Oh
ponies
my
are pitted
God.
against dragons, mythical beasts, tyrannical overlords, starvation, and a slew of other fantasy and original elements. Equestria Girls has a cliched high school setting with just plain stupid coincidences that render whatever scrap of the story there once was into total horse manure.
That was one big pile of
Seriously, how can anyone possibly ask me why I did not like this movie? So yeah, I'm counting the entire movie as one big sin.
I mean, oh God. That's a lot of sins. Dealt with. Oh my God, that was great. I love that. Personally, I didn't. I thought the movie was alright. I didn't really hate it. I mean, it was kind of awkward, but I did not like it. I thought it was good. Anyways, that was great. Oh my God, I love this series so much. What was I forgot what I said I was gonna come next. Oh my God, I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. Music to my ears. There we go. I've heard the song, so I know what it is. Hopefully I would have known, or else I couldn't do this. So yeah, let me just load up the video real quick. Alright, so let's start this episode in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh my God, the context is really bothering me. Wait.
This exists. This 4-lane road has no dividers. Music player looks like an old iPod, but it has the wireless technology of a smartphone. Take note, kids. Crossing the street while listening to music is cool. The depth of field effect only covers half of Trixie. This car is illegally over the crosswalk, although you can't really blame the driver with a yellow light this quick. Assuming DJ Pone takes a step for each beat of the music, she only traverses around half the distance that this 4-lane road should be. I can't tell if the animation skips or if it's just dubstepping. These
Who
green
knows?
lights are poorly synced to the adjacent red light and must cause major traffic delays. This car is levitating due to the pseudo 3D effect. Does
Oh,
this guy have
nice.
any reason at all to be in the middle of the lane? It took this bird awfully long to find its own nest. One smart car. The size of this drain's opening is unsafe. This bill is utterly useless at this height. Cheesy slow motion filler. No one holds their mobile device like this unless they're taking a picture, but no camera can be seen. Would you like some tea with that, honey? Everyone is in slow motion, except for Pinky, of course.
What can you
A voice, please. This isn't what she wanted. She was really pointing to these pies. Blank open sign suggests door never closes. Seems like all doors in this world swing inward, which is a major fire hazard. This white marker tied around the left leg is probably gang-related. Do schools still allow giant suspicious
What
parents?
in the world?
Disobedient student is a bad example. Well, that was a taste of Rainbow Rocks, everyone. Did you enjoy the watered down dubstep?
Video was a bit too short for it to be really funny, but I still liked it. I'm really tempted to do Rainbow Rocks right now, but I don't know if I should. You know what? I'll just do Rainbow Rocks along with this too. Alright. So, 3 episodes. Music to My Ears, Equestria Girls, and now Rainbow Rocks. So, let's start this episode in 3, 2, 1, now. Everything wrong with... Oh, it looks different.
Seconds into this movie, and we're already recycling from the first movie. Also, first scene in, and we're ripe for a fart joke. Let's introduce our villain characters. We have the obvious leader, the brainless comedic relief, and the other one.
The other one?
Hoods must be employing some sort of TARDIS technology in order to conceal all of that hair. Cringe-worthy exposition, which is already known to the characters, but still needs to be said for the viewer's sake. In the first movie, more than 4 minutes of screen time passes in between Sunset Shimmer's transformation and defeat. In this movie, it's done in less than 10 seconds.
And we're going to use it to make everyone in this pathetic little world adore us.
Movie rips off screenplay my sister wrote when she was 6. Oh, and screw this guy for making me like something I want to hate. This exists.
Nice.
Was a trademark symbol really required here?
Trademark?
Does that mean all of the characters aren't trademarked because they don't have 2 letters floating above their heads? So that's what they look like without their hooker boots. This might be the only time you'll ever see a musical instrument being plugged in. Both actor and character make me say a swear word when pronouncing their names. Rebecca Shoish and Sunset Shimmer. This is the second time I've seen this logo, because reasons? These two are seen but never heard. Bronies and their OCs in a nutshell.
Most exciting events we've had at CHS since the fall formal.
Yes, exciting. That's the word I would use to describe zombie spells, she-demons, and weaponized magical energy on school property. When you need smooth and subtle exposition, Pinkie Pie is
always there.
The only thing more magical than the evil she-demon, hate-leeching sirens, and purple pony princess are the wireless instruments. Do wings simply appear on the
Wireless
outside of
instrument.
clothing?
I just wonder why it happens.
Who cares why it happens?
Movie does an excellent job at addressing, then promptly ignoring its own plot holes. Brad is in this movie. I'm not even joking when I say that there was booing in the theater. Based on the position of his feet, Brad wasn't even close to colliding with this wall.
Nice.
Voice comes from Applejack's mouth. Completely illogical lighting reveal.
We sing like all the time. It's how we get people to do what we want.
There's more of that subtle exposition this movie is so great at conveying.
If you weren't the worst.
You are.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
We've reached the apex of comedic genius, folks.
That's just it. I can't put my finger on it.
Welcome to Idioms You Should Never Hear in a My Little Pony movie.
Just gonna do what we always
Taco
do.
Tuesday.
Stir up some trouble and then feed off the negative energy.
Because no one understood what these characters do the first 2 times it was mentioned. Keep hammering it in movies. Maybe your audience's feeble minds will be able to comprehend it soon enough.
Taco Tuesday.
Odd, considering no one is eating tacos.
Yeah, that's what I said too when I watched
Power
it.
struggle subplot, which is never addressed again. Anyone else sense something strangely inappropriate about the Dazzlings? What with their style of singing?
Yeah.
Touch everyone as they walk by? Well, the sirens do come from Greek mythology regarding a female figure seducing sailors. I'd say that's pretty sin-worthy. The Dazzlings feed off of negative energy with the goal of having power and control. They generate this energy by casting a spell on everyone, which grants them the power and control needed to make people generate the energy. Is anyone else sensing a paradoxical storyline here? Sunset's shirty mark disappears. Nicole Oliver
shirty
seems
mark?
to be the only voice artist that got the memo about her character being under a spell, and because of it, her acting sounds rather dry. Mysterious old book Ex Machina. This movie has so many contrived plot devices that TV tropes deserves to be in the credits as lead writer. Oh, look! Ponies are actually in this My Little Pony movie. Buy our toys! Fluttershy and
Nice.
AJ are pushing a box, then suddenly they disappear.
How is that even possible?
I have no idea, but
Movie does an excellent job at addressing, then promptly ignoring its own pitfalls.
Again?
I'll be able to copy and paste most of these sins. The humanized pony dimension is Equestria's trash dump.
Yeah.
Okay with this. Either electricity is canon, or magic travels through positive and negative terminals.
the interval between the 2 points is defined as the square root of the sum of the squares of the separation between the points along 3 spatial dimensions.
Don't suppose we can join you this time around?
Of course not. That would actually make for a mildly interesting story. Rarity's last words to Twilight were,
And don't forget to dress.
and what does she do? She forgets the dress. And just pose for the trailer?
Nice.
I'm back.
Perfect. Whoever took this video is quite knowledgeable about green screen effects.
Exactly.
Magic must have remained here at Canterlot High.
Wait, that's really the explanation the movie is rolling with? Who needs the magic of friendship? Magical MacGuffin for the win! 2 pairs of ears. This world's all-knowing logic transforms dogs into humans, but dragons into dogs. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. What? It didn't work? Pose for the camera again, and done.
I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't come back to help us.
Ironic foreshadowing of Twilight's uselessness. No, really, just like the last movie, Twilight could have stayed in Equestria, and things could have played out the same way without her.
You want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Pinkie Pie eats this old donut right before bed, and apparently it gave her weird dreams. Well, there's one of your few reasons to see this movie. I just saved an hour of your life. You can thank me later. This board and microwave disappear.
Oh,
It's par
no,
for
I
the
think I
course
saw
with
the
ponies,
microwave.
but human rarity getting dressed out in the open for anyone passing by to see is a sin.
Oh my
Gang
god.
signs.
Gang signs?
Get with the times, movie. That reference was so season 1. Did they know Rarity would wear a costume involving metal, or do they just normally carry around giant magnets?
Maybe.
Everyone assumes Rarity is being a jerk because apparently they're all blind to giant red magnets. He has a very prominent voice, despite being the only one with no microphone. Twilight inhales when she sings. I think we have a winner. Oh yeah, Brad is still in this. A character so unnecessary that the only suitable scene introduction for him is the most obnoxious cliche in the book.
Nice.
Why are you acting like this? I thought we were friends.
Brad just got friend-zoned. What
Friend
is it
zoned.
with this school and its conveniently dark hallways?
We know all about you, Sunset Shimmer.
Wouldn't they also most likely know about the whole Twilight is a magical pony thing then? Therefore invalidating this movie's plotline of trying to keep that a secret?
I've changed. I'm in a much better place now.
Sunset Shimmer found Jesus.
You to be in the band.
Probably afraid no one would want to see them play if she was in the group.
Well, she's probably right. The human 5 seem to be her only friends, and Sunset is indeed able to sing and play.
Remember, girls, we want to save the good stuff for when our full power has been restored.
Why? Aren't they only performing to gain power in the first place? If you'd like to hear the full song, buy the album on iTunes today. These subtle lens flares thought they could slip under my radar.
Oh wait, there she is!
That was pretty funny. I sure hope they don't repeat that gag and make it stale and annoying. If the pony transformation thing has ties to the magic of friendship, why would Dash be the only one to transform? If the transformation has nothing to do with it, then how does it help to defeat the villains in the finale? And why does Twilight seem to imply the exact opposite in the first movie?
I knew
she was still trouble.
But that didn't sound like insert favorite fanfic.
Yeah, that's what
Why
I
do
said.
the Dazzlings need to perform a new spell to control the outcome? Based on the dialogue of pretty much everyone in the school, everyone already seems to be under their control. The odds of no one getting hurt from this fall are pretty low, but the odds of every instrument being unscathed is even lower. Trixie
I know,
refers
right?
to herself in the first person.
Oh,
Virtually
no.
every time the group has an argument, it was brought upon them by Applejack being rudely snide. This isn't petty Applehorse hate on my part. She's literally the one causing the majority of these arguments.
Anybody here remember fun? I'll give you a hint. It's the exact opposite.
Replace being in the Rainbooms with this movie. What's with the magical hate vapors? The Dazzlings aren't performing their feeding ritual yet.
Exactly.
Irony.
How can they be using our magic? It's the magic of friendship.
Yeah, the magic of friendship, which only works when convenient for the script or when performing music, and for some inexplicable reason has ties to pony ears appearing out of nowhere despite these characters having no actual ties to Equestria. The word of the day is contrived. Outwards of being trapped later, suddenly, Spike Ex Machina.
We're getting the band back together?
I would probably be more excited for them if the band hadn't split up mere seconds ago. Come on, movie, you've got a whole hour and still resort to the pacing of an episode.
I don't think it matters what song we play.
All of that time spent stalling while Twilight worked on the counterspell was just filler. Filler which makes no sense considering they've played many songs already during the competition, unless the movie really is throwing away the friendship is magic concept altogether in favor of playing music really well. They came all this way, and not once did anyone think they might need a speaker or little humanized pony high transformers, now available in the Hasbro salad aisle. After
Nice.
spending a long, drawn-out scene establishing that Twilight can't sing, Twilight sings. DJ Pone3's visual equalizer freezes for a moment. These two
Oh, no.
quite obviously have the same singing voice. Lyrics involving a bomb, written by Fluttershy. Sonata's pendant reappears shortly after being shattered. And that's the last we see of our lead villains. They
Nice.
just walk off screen.
They ran.
This isn't goodbye.
I don't know where they got all the
Just
food,
goodbye
all
till
that
next
food
time.
from.
Nope, I'm sorry, movie. You're not good enough for a post-credit scene. Called it. Just like the first movie, I had a chance to see this in theaters. Also, much like the
Nice.
first movie, the story is forgettably cliched and the writing obviously dumbed down for the younger audience. My final sin for the first movie pretty much covers my opinion of Equestria Girls as a concept, and it really hasn't changed at all. By the way, if anyone from DHX is watching this, I love you. Please don't hate me. Goodbye.
102. Like ponies.
Are you mad?
Oh my god. I'm happy I watched all those. Those are great.
Let's go out with a bang, shall we?
Same thing with the last movie. Oh god. Same thing with the last movie. I like the last movie too. I mean, I like this movie too. I like this movie more than the first movie. I liked it a lot. I don't know. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.